Breaking news. Easy commends Fashola to reveal Ameachi'S secret effort to get refund. Claim in some quarters that the former governor of Rivers State, Honorable Rotimi Amechi, had nothing to do with the recent plan by the federal government to pay back funds expended on federal projects within the state have been debunked by former Lagos Governor and Nigeria's Works and Housing Minister, the person of Babatunde Raji Fashola. Raji Fashola made the clarification during the commissioning of an overhead bridge built by the Rivers State government in Rivers, Port Harcourt, and its position seems to have led to rest as speculations and uncertainties about the role played by the Transportation Minister and SY Rivers Governor. Honorable Chibuike Amechi and the federal government funds of money expended on federal projects executed by state governments in their various domains, especially in Rivers State. Reacting to Fashola's factual and candid expository marks, the former National Publicity Secretary of the defunct New People's Democratic Party and their chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, Chief Eze Chukwuemeka Eze, said that the revelation has vindicated and added credence to his long-held position that Honorable Amechi, the engineer of the abusement of funds to rivers and other states in Nigeria, is an act which has been described by many as practical fairness, describing his statement as not only encouraging and heartwarming. He said that it is an eye-opening and deep relationship and revelation, particularly to those who may have been cowed into believing that the curriculous campaign and unwanted propaganda orchestrated by Governor Wike Nyesom in his sheer determination to pulling down and dismissing his mentor and all-time benefactor of Reverend Honorable Chibuike Rotimi Amechi. Eze said that it is now public known that the Minister of the Transportation was the arrowhead of the demand on the floor of Federal Executive Council to persuade the federal government to put outstanding funds to states. According to the party, the chief, Fashola, disclosed how Amechi put up a case for Rivers State by remarking to us, "Let me also say now that Governor Wike has come out in the open about this. Some of you have always heard stories that Governor Rotimi Amechi, my colleague in the Federal Executive Council, was somehow not happy. Nothing can be further from the truth. The champion for the refund among the ministers was Rotimi Amechi himself, recalling that as governor of Lagos State, he, like Amechi, invested on federal projects. The minister revealed that PDP reveals even more of the refund made available by the appeal government. He also explained that the ministers have been directed to support the developmental initiative and aspiration of every state in the country. This approach to the execution of federal policy, the minister acknowledged, informed the initiative to refund money spent on federal road to states. According to him, the first tranche of refund was about 577 billion naira, while the second tranche, for which Rivers State is a beneficiary, is 148 billion naira. In the second tranches, it was 5 states. Out of those 5 states, I think only 2 were APC states, and it was a total of 148 billion naira. And Governor Wike Unyesom and Rivers State got lion's share. He got 78 billion naira as his own share. Don't sit here and think that he has received 78 billion naira. He still has to go to the National Assembly because of this part of Nigerians' borrowing plan, the minister remarked. The fact is, Rivers State government is in position of what is known among economists and those in banking circles as promissory notes, while Rivers people have a bitter view of how the refund occurred. It is evident that the Rivers government would have to await the seat of the National Assembly, which is responsible for appropriation. Meanwhile, Governor Wike Unyesom has lauded the Minister of Works for the enormous role he played in cause of the refund of the sum of 78 billion naira. Eze commends Fashola for demonstrating that he fears God by confronting Wike in his domain and telling him the truth of the effort that Ameachi'S made in the refund of 78 billion naira to Rivers State on roads done by Ameachi'S administration, which Wike, as a Minister of Education, ensured with the convivial of those in power. Then, the Rivers State was never developed and got back over 130 billion naira spent on making federal roads motorable. By the singular act of campaigning, the cost of ensuring that all states get the refund due to how they do get this then. Eze said that Amechi has distinguished himself as not only a patriotic Nigerian, but one who is committed to dealing fairly with all Nigerians in all concerns, regardless of ethnicities and other differences. Furthermore, the party steward expressed disappointment that over 7 weeks after he rolled out 13 projects attracted to Rivers State and Niger Delta by the Transportation Minister, Governor Wike is yet to resign as Rivers State Governor to make good his pledge. Thank you, viewers, for listening to this news. Viewers, you have heard it all. You have heard what Amechi just said. These people will never change. Rivers State will never believe what Eze has just said concerning Wike Unyesom with this analysis he has just given. How would you say that Amechi has attracted more projects to Rivers than the sitting governor? So come and show us where the Port Harcourt-Maiduguri rail terminal is in Port Harcourt, and even the location of those things he mentioned here. Imagine. I think Eze is indeed a joker. If the money was properly sent or spent to save federal government from embarrassment, why not refund it quietly? Must it be made a political issue? I don't understand. In the first place, must someone engineer federal government to refund money spent on their behalf in any state? Must someone remind them? Even if Amechi reminded the federal government, does that translate to goodies expected of him in Rivers State, Wike is still from Amechi. It's still for Amechi to land with his catalogue of what he attracted Rivers State and our environs as a federal minister, and as Wike listed his will, then it serves as a minister of state under Fed Minister of Education. So this is the dumbest analog. His dumbest analogy even drawn any photicizer of genuine issues of the table. So please think out anything to vindicate Amechi, not this one. Okay, not this one. So viewers, what is your take on this? Your comment concerning this is very much important. Don't hesitate to drop them below the comment box. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button for more updates.